Hey fellow explorers, we're so glad to be back in one of our favorite center strip hotels, Caesar's Palace. In this video, we're gonna show you what it's like to stay here, including a room tour of this room. This is a Augustus Tower 2-queen premium room. We're gonna show you around the hotel and show you the guest amenities like the pool and the fitness center. And then we're gonna answer the question, is it worth it to stay here? And so of course, we're gonna tell you how much we spend. All right, first, let's go ahead and start with the sleeping amenities right here. 2 queen beds. Princess, go ahead and get on that bed. You know, it looks like nice comfy sheets, but the real question if you're here with kids is, how is it to jump on? All right, it is pretty fun to jump on. Over here on the right, we've got a desk in the room with a mirror up on the wall. Over here, we've got the flat panel television. Come here, we can take a look at the mini bar. In here, we have like one door and then you have a second door. This is, yes, the mini bar refrigerator that has every little bottle of alcohol you might want. Don't touch it. It is not syrup. It is definitely Jack Daniels. Beers, waters, all at, I'm sure, very high prices. And they've got some here up on the top too. There are some drawers that you can put your stuff into right here if you are so inclined. All right, looking over this way. First, I want you to notice the princess is on this little thing at the end of the bed. I like this because you can put like your luggage there or clothes down there. On that bench, it sure is. We've got some big sofas, a sitting area right here to relax. And I like that this room is not just big, but it seems pretty functional. The ceilings have crown molding up on top of the ceiling. Some interesting art on the wall. There is a dining table for 2, though there's that third chair at the desk that you could pull over. And then outside of our window, it's nighttime, so you can't see all that much. We tend to look out on the next tower, and then just down there, the pool, and over that way, the Interstate 15. So now that we've seen the sleeping part of the room, let's come check out the bathroom. Over this way, big, gigantic mirror, like feet to head mirror. Look at the decorations on it. This is like a really fancy mirror is the word I'm gonna use. We have a closet over here. There is an ironing board, a luggage stand, and a safe in the corner. All right, let's go check out the final part of the room, the part the princess is really excited about, the bathroom. Why? Because there's this gigantic soaking tub right over here. It's got like Jet's whirlpool tub. There is a big shower right over this way. There's a separate room that has the toilet, and you know what that toilet is? It's a Toto toilet with a cool picture on the wall. The soaps and shampoos are bodyography, individual containers, which I like. And now the guest room floors themselves really were quite nice. Hallways in many hotels can be drab and dreary, but in the Augustus Tower, they were bright and cheery, including nice crown molding, just like we saw in the room. Also, each guest room floor does have an ice machine, which is nice for ice fiends like me. All right, now that we've seen everything around the room, I want to show you around the hotel, but before I do that, I want to tell you how much this room cost. We were here in April, spring break time on a busy weekend, so the price of this room, $500 for the Augustus 2-queen room. We booked the room through planin.com, which is a really neat hotel booking site that I've been using to book all of my Vegas hotels because they have really good insider deals on Vegas hotels. We got 12% off here on Caesar's Palace. When I was here for New Year's, we got the Wynn Hotel for 40% off. And so if you're interested in getting some really good deals on Vegas hotels, sign up for planin.com. You have to sign up to get the rates. It's free to sign up, but that's how they're able to offer those insider rates. Now, this is neither the most expensive nor the cheapest room in the hotel. The weekend we're here, the cheapest rooms are going for about $300 and the most expensive rooms are going for about $1,000. So this is kind of a middle of the road room. If you are here not on a busy weekend like you're here in the low season, Vegas rates are very seasonal. They go high, they go low. You can get this room for under $200 if you're here like November on a weekday. But anytime that you go, you can save yourself a few bucks if you use that Planin link. I'm gonna put it in the description, and if you do use it, well, it really helps support this Yellow Productions channel as well, and we'll appreciate it. All right, let's go look at the hotel. Caesar's Palace was originally built in the 1960s to resemble an opulent Roman palace, and today, over 60 years later, Caesar's Palace is still going strong with almost 4,000 hotel rooms spread across 6 towers. This is one amazing center strip property. It's located at the intersection of Las Vegas Boulevard and Flamingo, right across the street from, yes, the Flamingo Hotel and the Cromwell, and it's next to the Bellagio and the Mirage. Now, before we dive into the things on the inside, let's take a look at some of the stuff that's outside Caesar's Palace. So right as you come in over the pedestrian bridges from either the Cromwell or the Bellagio, you're gonna find Absinthe, one of the shows here at Caesar's Palace. There's also a daiquiri bar that, trust me, is much more hopping at nighttime. There are tons of celebrity chef restaurants here, including Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen with great strip views, and tons of great fountains out here. They actually just upgraded these fountains. They spent like $1 million remodeling these, and statues galore. And one lesser known spot out in front of Caesar's Palace is this spot right here. This shrine, the Shrine of the Four-Faced Brahma, is actually a replica of a shrine from Bangkok, Thailand. Now you know. Both valet and self-parking are available at Caesar's Palace. If you are self-parking, it is $20 a night for hotel guests. There are 2 separate valets. There's one at the main lobby entrance, and there's a second one for elite Caesars members that's over on Flamingo. Oh, the parking garage is also where you're gonna find your rideshare, taxis up at the front, Uber, Lyft, and so forth in the self-parking garage. Now, speaking of checking in, there are also 2 different lobbies for that as well. The main check-in lobby, which is right by the main valet area. Here, when I checked in, a pretty long line. It took me about 15 minutes to check in. There are much shorter lines over at the Diamond and the 7 Stars check-in areas. So if you're one of those members, make sure you head over there. You might even want to get dropped off at that other valet on Flamingo because it's a little bit closer. All right, now heading inside from the main valet and taxi drop-off, we come into what I'll call probably the 3rd lobby here. This one is the grandest with the biggest statue. This is also where the main table games part of the casino is, and this is my favorite and least favorite part of the casino. I love the opulence and the Roman vibe. What I don't like is I don't like the low ceilings. This definitely hotel shows its age, being over 60 years old. The ceilings being low, the air conditioning not being great. It can often smell really smoky and get really busy and crowded feeling in here. Now, in addition to the usual table games and slot machines, you'll find a very large sports book complete with a bar with video poker. Just next to that, you'll find a newly developed poker room. Nice, it's not off in a corner. It's really centrally located into the casino, open and airy, well, as airy as you can get in the pretty smoky casino here. Just next to the sports book, you'll find Omnia, which is the nightclub at Caesar's Palace. Omnia also has a really neat outdoor area with views of the strip as well. Now, the big ticketed names that are performing here, they perform at the Colosseum. You'll find the entrance to this and the box office right next to the poker room. Oh, and there's also a really big convention center here at Caesar's Palace with conventions that range from pet expos to, what was here when I was here, WealthCon. Now, if you're feeling hungry inside, good news, there's tons of restaurants here as well. One of my favorite places to eat turns out to be the food court right back here, and the celebrity chefs are here too. Guy Fieri has a place called The Chicken Guy. There's a pizza place I really like. There's a halal guys. There's a Starbucks in here if you need your coffee fix. Oh, by the way, a lot of people walking back and forth this way. The entrance to the self-parking area is right next to the food court, so it's about a 5 to 7 minute walk from here to actually get to the check-in area. Some other restaurants I really like here, I really like the buffet, the Bacchanal buffet. I think it is the best in Vegas. It's also one of the most expensive, about $100 per adult per dinner time, but it is really good. Do make a reservation if you plan to eat there. Also, there's a relatively newly opened steakhouse here, Peter Luger Steak, originally of New York fame, considered the best steak in New York, now has location in Caesars right next to the buffet. Oh, and if you want to see more on either of those, I've got full video reviews of the buffet and the steakhouse coming out soon. Oh, just to show you how popular the Bacchanal buffet is, it opens at 9 a.m. and about 10 minutes before it opens, there's already a long line of people waiting to be the first to get their chow on. There's also another Starbucks in the Augustus Tower, and you can do mobile order pickup, so this is nice. Order from your room and then just pick it up when it's ready downstairs. And if you're looking for more of a sit-down breakfast, you'll find that at Cafe Americano right by the lobby, open 24 hours, busiest in the morning for breakfast. But you will find a lot of restaurants, including this one, have special lines for 7 stars and Diamond members. One spot that I stop at nearly every time I'm in Vegas, whether I'm staying at Caesar's Palace or not, is Dominique Ansel. This is a bakery originally from New York that made the cronut famous. Their branch here has really delicious bready type pastries and also really good cake type pastries. Oh, and you know what? They've got this high-tech like cookie pouring robot as well, where it actually makes like cookie shots. It'll take like a cookie off the side and fill it up with milk, and I don't know if it gives it to you right here. I think they give it to you back there, but that's pretty cool. Oh, and I do appreciate they've actually got maps of the property posted up. Many casinos don't. They really want you to get lost. So here, just to take a look at this map orientation, you can see the parking garage. This is where you come out of the parking garage. To get to the lobby, you walk over this way, past the food court, past the nightclub, past the main casino, and then you get to hotel check-in. 3 towers, Julius, Augustus, Octavius, some of the big ones over there. Buffet just in the back. The pools are back over this way that we'll take a look at soon. And then the Colosseum here. What's not on this map are the foreign shops, so let's take a look at those. All right, the forum shops. This is one of the original Las Vegas shopping areas. I would say the Venetian is modeled after it. Very Roman, Italian themed skies, statues. Where is everybody? Well, you know, Vegas is a 24/7 place, but this center's not quite open yet, but lots of great stuff to see, do, and a few restaurants to eat in there as well. Oh, and it turns out there's actually one more valet and taxi area. Yes, if you're coming to the foreign shops, you will find a valet and taxi just for here, down those escalators. The other cool attraction in the forum shops are these round escalators. Yes, they're actually curved. See, like that? They curve their way on up to the top. You'll find this right by the strip entrance. Strip, right there. Now, in addition to the shops and restaurants in the foreman shops, they've also got some really awesome recreations of Italian fountains. The Fountain of the Gods right here. There's a Neptune fountain, and outside on the strip is the Trevi fountain. And back over by Nike and the Cheesecake Factory, they've got the Atlantis show Thursday through Monday on the hour right here, and the neat aquarium on the back too. Oh, and it turns out there's also a line of people waiting to get into the pool before 9 a.m., so that must be neat. Let's go take a look at what that looks like. All right, and sure enough, this is a really neat pool, Roman bath style. We've got Mr. Julius Caesar right there in the center, under these domed fountains. And what about chairs? Yes, the biggest ones are the ones closest to the pools. Those are rent-me ones, but there are plenty of chairs out on the side. Shade right now, sun a little bit later. We've got the bar that is just getting started at 9. Oh, and the lifeguards, they hang out in these really cool, like, Roman lion seats. Oh, and if you want to rent a fancy cabana with like your own private chairs, a sofa, and a TV, they've got those too. What about food? Yeah, this is the menu for the Garden of the Guards Pool Oasis. No outside food or drink, so if you want to eat and drink, this is what you're looking at. Now, definitely the coolest part of this pool, the Fortuna pool right here, with a swim-up bar and a waterfall. You must be 21 years or older to be in this one. And then they've also got 2 pools up on top of the Fortuna pool. The Bacchus pool, these are for 7 Stars members only. Now, by Vegas hotel standards, this is definitely not the biggest pool you'll find, but it is nicely done. I will say it caters to mostly adults. You won't find a lot of lazy rivers or water slides here. Now, up on the mezzanine of the Augustus Tower is where you'll find some of the fitness spa type amenities. We'll start with the spa. The spa has some interesting offerings. You can get Botox shots. You can also get some IV drips if you've partied too hard last night. Also a hair salon. A pretty good fitness center. Now, it's not huge, like there's definitely bigger ones on the strip, but it's nicely appointed and it's got some windows on the outside. Surprisingly busy at 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning. You'll also find the Guy Savoy restaurant up here. This restaurant have received 2 Michelin stars, and if you want to dine at this restaurant and get the like fixed menu, think $700 per person, not cheap. Oh, and leave those shorts and t-shirts back in your room. It is business business style attire. If you're looking to get married, this is where you'll also find the wedding chapels and wedding office. All right, so now that we've seen everything around the hotel, it's time for my pros and cons and to answer the question, is it worth it? And if you watch my hotel reviews regularly, you'll know I rate my hotels on a scale of 1 to 5 Tophers. Topher is my traveling panda that comes to every hotel with me. I'm Chris, he's Topher. Together we make Christopher, and so Topher. How many Tophers does the Caesars Palace Las Vegas get? It's gonna get 4 Tophers. All right, so now let's talk about the pros and the cons of why this hotel got 4 Tophers. The first pro, great location, center strip. It really doesn't get any better than this location. Other pro, this room in the Augustus Tower, great sleeping quality, nice and quiet. We didn't hear any noise from the hallway, probably because we're all the way at the end. We could hear a little bit of road noise, but being up here on the 36th floor, it turned out to be pretty quiet. Other pros, there's a lot of stuff in Caesars Palace. The buffet is great, the restaurant's great, there's lots of entertainment, there's a big shopping mall. And so you could easily just spend your whole time here. That definitely seems to be how this place is designed, to just suck you in and keep you here so that you don't go to any other parts of Las Vegas. OC Girl said it reminded her of the Star Trek The Next Generation episode where they find this planet that like all it has on it is a casino and like they can never leave because every time they try, they just can't get out. That's a little bit what Caesars Palace Las Vegas feels like, but you know what? That might be a reason why you come and stay here. Is there just so much to do right here that you don't have to go anywhere or take your car out. We also enjoyed the swimming pool, although it didn't really have a lot of kiddie attractions for our daughter, as maybe some like at places like Mandalay Bay do. All right, so now let's go ahead and talk about the cons. The first con, the room when we checked in was not clean. They literally gave us a room that somebody had checked out of 10 minutes beforehand. What time were we checking in? It was not early. It was like 6:15 p.m. Yet somehow we got into a room and the beds weren't made and there was trash and the bathroom was all strewn about because somebody had just checked out. To me, that is like unexcusable to give people a room that hasn't been cleaned. I'm not sure how that works, but that absolutely happened. Now, another con about the room in general is it feels very dated. Not in furniture, like the furniture is nice and vibrant and well maintained. The beds were comfortable. Things don't look like tattered, but in the bathroom in particular, the paint is peeling on the ceiling and also where the bathtub connects, there was like a big gap there and very little technology in the room itself. Like there's nothing to help you open and close the blinds, to turn on every single light. You have to go by hand as compared to the Wynn that I stayed at recently. There was like a button to do everything. Like you could turn all the lights off with the press of a button. You could do another button to open the shades. And so I feel like Caesars is missing a little bit of that high-tech treatment here in their Augustus Tower rooms. I think I mentioned this previously, but I'm just going to reiterate it. The walk from the parking garage, pretty long to get over to the lobby to check in, and also pretty long to get over here to the Augustus Tower. 7-10 minutes, something like that, I think, to get from car over to room. If you're at some of the other towers, you're a little bit closer to the parking garage. This is definitely one of the furthest. One pro of the parking situation, though, is that because the parking garage is on the back, you don't have to like go on the strip to get to the parking garage. So if you are doing self-parking and you're coming here, Google Maps the Caesars Palace self-parking garage, different than Caesars Palace, so that it can bring you back on the back side of the strip, so you don't have to suffer the strip traffic, at 9 p.m. on a Saturday night when it's frankly gridlock out there. Another con is I think because there's so many people that come to Caesars Palace that don't stay here, it just makes the casino really busy, really smoky. The ceilings are low, the casino is old, and so whenever we would walk through the casino, we would just be like gasping for air of the air quality in the casino. Hot too. I don't know why it's so hot, but it is really hot in the center of that casino. They really need some better AC or ventilation or something like that, particularly out in front of the Colosseum and the food court. It's now the question of, is it worth it? As I think I mentioned to you earlier, we were staying here like spring break, high season in April, $500 a night for this room, which is pricey, but it is a big room. It was nice. We slept well, and that's what most of the other things right now, like Bellagio and the Wynn and the Venetian, were all up in this price range. And so for this time, I think it was reasonable to pay. It's even more reasonable if you come here in November and get it for less than $200. That is even better, frankly. We can't all stay here the middle of the week in the low season. That's why the room rates are so low then. All right, well, fellow explorers, if you want to check out our review of the Bellagio, you'll find it right up here. Or maybe you want to check out some of our other reviews of other hotels, Fontainebleau, Wynn, Venetian. Those are all that we've got and more. And as usual, I won't say goodbye because I'll see you in one of those videos.